Men and women have different approaches when it comes to resolving relationship conflicts, depending on their communication styles and how they express their emotions. Whilst women often tend to be more inclined towards openly expressing their emotions and discussing their feelings, men, on the other hand, may be more reserved in discussing and sharing their vulnerabilities within a relationship. Communication is an efficient tool in any relationship. When there is the absence of communicating what upsets a person in a partnership so as to resolve any conflicts, this can lead to an eventual breakup. Some couples recognize the importance of the famous "we need to talk," whilst others just prefer to sweep their issues under the carpet. The fact is, communication is a vital component of successful relationships, even in the spotlight of fame. By openly discussing feelings and actively listening to each other, a couple can build strong connections and weather the challenges that come their way.
Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of All About You. We are so happy to be back. We're going to be talking about love.
Yes, the season of love.
Relationships, dating, marriage, children, in a marriage and all that. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you.
We are very happy to be back, like I said. Please remember to like, to share, to subscribe, okay? Let's be social, okay? Literally. And leave your comments. And because, sometimes we watch something on YouTube, for example. How many times do we share silly videos of cats and dogs and whatnot? And sometimes you're watching an episode that this would help my friend. Why don't you share?
Exactly.
Okay?
Instead of the cats and dog videos, this will help.
By all means, you can continue watching cats and dogs videos, but remember, this can really help change someoe's life.
Indeed.
Okay. Matilda, today we're talking about
the unspoken truth. Oh, okay.
Unspoken truth. Tell me a little bit about it.
In a relationship, there are things you want to say to your partner. Well, I think this happens in the dating stages, more or less. And then as you start in the beginning, because there are things you want to say, but you're like, I don't want to offend this person, or, oh my gosh, I like this person too much. If I say this, I don't want to hurt her feelings. But then you know that you need to say this, and it's there, it's eating you up. So today, we're going to give people courage to tell them what they need to say to their partner so that they can just say what they need.
And also for people to understand that this is normal.
Yes.
And if you are single, practice that now with your friends. Have the courage, obviously, in a nice way, in a polite way, in the right tone, with the right tone. Think of all
the tones,
the possibilities. But say something that will help that person. This is real love. It means you care, okay? Not everyone will tell you that you have bad breath, for example. But when someone has the courage to tell you, maybe you don't like it right there and then, you feel embarrassed. It's very normal. But later on, you admire that person. You think, wow, nobody has ever told me that, so thank you. And it changes you. It changes your life because now you go to the dentist every 6 months and you don't have that problem anymore. And maybe this was putting people off.
Yeah.
Especially perhaps a potential boyfriend or girlfriend. So today we're going to talk about that, all right? So remember, you can comment on social media. You can leave your comments. You can get in touch with us. There's an email address. You can get in contact with us. You can meet up with us. We are in the church pretty much every day. We are very active in the church. We have seminars daily. We have a WhatsApp chat that people can just chat 24/7. Maybe you want to speak to someone. You can call our 24-hour helpline as well. Yeah. Whatever is best for you, get in touch with us, all right? Matilda.
Yes.
Let's go into the 10 things that are difficult.
Yes.
Remember, we're talking this series that we are recording now are all based on love life. So let's talk about 10 things that are usually difficult for a partner, a boyfriend, a husband, or a wife to say to the other person?
Yes.
Number one.
You are putting on weight.
Well.
I think this is a classic one.
Yes.
Let's sit up, have some tea because...
Yeah, actually. But continue, elaborate.
Because this is something that, especially women, they don't like to hear. Women are very sensitive when it comes to this. You're putting on weight. And, you know, sometimes the men...
We already know we are.
Exactly. But then when you hear it, it's like, oof.
Oh, no.
Oh, my gosh.
Someone else noticed.
And like you said earlier, when someone loves and cares about you, they would tell you, because maybe they're not just telling you for your appearance sake, but for your health. Yeah. Because they don't want you to fall sick. Yeah. They don't want you to, you know,
and
fall
because
sick.
They know, and because
exactly.
They know that you are uncomfortable. You can notice when someone is uncomfortable. You know, their breathing is different. He's changing. You can't go up the stairs as you used to. You know, you can't run for a minute because you're already like. People can say, see your husband, your partner, can see that you are not comfortable, that you are not so energetic, and perhaps you are in danger of. Getting an illness. Maybe they know about surely they know about your history, your health condition. So there's a lot of love and care when someone says to you in a loving way, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
Because this is not an excuse.
To put someone down or...
To say, hey, you are fat.
Yeah.
You should never say that, okay? Exactly. But we're not talking about this today. We're talking about things that are, you know, important to say, but are not very easy to say. Right? So the weight is one of them.
The weight is one of them. Okay. And you know, just for the women, when we hear this, it's not for us to be sensitive and cry. Yeah. Just to do something about it. Yeah. Because you know that down the line, it will be beneficial for you. You'll enjoy, you'll feel more happy. And, you know, you and your partner will be more happy because you're pleasing him, he's pleasing you. So just not be sensitive, just do something.
Yeah, you know, see it with good eyes.
Yes.
You know, good eyes means, oh, this person cares about me and she's trying to help me. And then, you know, you may feel sensitive about it. It's never easy for a woman to get that kind of comment, but then you can, hey, so what can we do? Can you help me? Perhaps we shouldn't go out so much. Perhaps we should do more home-cooked meals. You know, you work as a team. It's really nice. You grow together. Yeah. Okay. We're going to go into the second one, but then we will go into the street interviews.
Yes.
I want people at home to see what people on the streets of London have to say about this, okay? Second one is, this is a very common one. You will be surprised. But it's amazing how women don't know about this. Yeah. Not women. Many women don't know about this. That sometimes you are wearing too much makeup. Yeah. And your husband wants to tell you that. But sometimes he lacks the courage because you spend so much money on lipsticks and all these things, all these procedures, you know, and they don't like it. Matilda, you tell me. But from the majority, because we do a lot of counseling, advising people who come to the church, you know, marriage couples and all that. And when I hear this kind of complaint, this actually is a popular one.
Yes.
The woman is always late. That's something that starts an argument usually. Late because she's putting on so much makeup and she's so worried about this and that. All to do with makeup. Many men say, why? She doesn't need any of that. It actually doesn't look pretty. So here goes a tip, ladies. It's good to look after yourself, but keep it natural. Cute, natural. Elegant. No need for anything that, you know, obviously there are exceptions out there. The majority doesn't like it. Actually, they find it weird. They prefer natural
look. Yeah, natural look, natural beauty. Because, you know, you have to remember that there was something about you that attracted your partner in the first place. But then over time, sometimes women, we tend to go overboard. You know, we tend to like cake our face sometimes, and then
It's
he comes
a trend,
and
isn't
it's
it?
a trend. No, just tone it down. Tone it down. But why? And then she gets all defensive.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that he's trying to hurt you. It just means he likes
an
you.
opinion.
Yeah. You know, it's an opinion, and you have to know what your partner likes. Yeah. So maybe some men might like the makeup, some might not. You just have to know what works, but majority don't.
Majority, they don't like a plastic look, like a very
they want the natural beauty.
Yes, but that's the problem, is what we are exposed to nowadays on TV, especially bloggers, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wear this, put this on, and do this, and this procedure, and then everyone looks the same, and it's just too much. But then it's interesting because we do that to look more attractive. But who do you want to attract?
That's
is it
the key
not your
question.
man?
Exactly.
So if it is, take his opinion on board. So you don't need to go through all the trouble that you go through. If for him you like some more natural look, sure, you can do what you like. But remember, we are talking about because I can imagine people watching us and saying, well, but how about me? I need to love me, do me, more me. Yes, but when you are in a relationship, it's no longer me. It's us. Otherwise, you shouldn't be in a relationship, and that's probably why you have marriage or relationship problems, okay?
Very true.
It's about communication and pleasing the other person and vice versa, okay? That's just a little disclaimer there. Matilda, let's have a look at what people are saying on the streets of London, and then we'll continue after that.
Yes, let's go.
Some women don't have the courage to tell their partner that you're cheating on me. Secondly, it could be they are cheating and they don't have the confidence to tell their husband they are cheating. If they have fallen out of love for their husband and they are just in the marriage like that, they don't have the courage to tell their husband that I'm no longer in love with you.
I do think often women are not very clear about asking about help around the house, domestic help, and it can often lead to a row because it's asked from a point of view of being fed up or expectations, like just see that it needs doing and do it. But a lot of women won't do that. So it needs to be sort of sat down and more rational discussion about, we divide the chores a bit better. What could you do? Make it more of a list thing.
Oh, you're asking the wrong person because I say everything to my partner. I think I don't know. I think things probably in the bedroom, or they're probably stuff like, oh, you've put on weight. Can you be nice about my family? Or just personal things, I think. They're afraid. I'm not afraid to say that.
I think she wants to be herself, and she wants to be very free and trust herself, intuition. Basically, she wants to feel good.
Can you be a bit more considerate about my feelings?
Do you know what? It's so long ago that I had a relationship that I can't remember being hurt by anything. No, I honestly can't say I remember. I'm sure it happened, but...
I think not very consciously, but maybe subconsciously, because of some kind of insecurity and this all like patriarchal system, which I believe affect men and women. So I don't think it was mean to say something, but somehow we are so like we really like have inside lots of things, which is around the society.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't told me anything.
So I try to be grounded. I try to be, in the moment. So because I have some skills as a meditation teacher, I try to not react. And I try to not react from my, let's say, like angry self or younger self. I try to basically understand what is happening in the moment. And not to be mean, but just to like address what is happening.
Yes. It's more of a self-doubt in yourself. And you think that you're not good enough for them, and you start doubting yourself.
I just walk away. I get angry and I walk away because I don't want to say hurtful words to him. So I just walk away.
In the early years, I would flare up. I would react quite strongly. But once you get to know each other better and you learn to tolerate each other more, I would be more accepting and I wouldn't flare up so much, and I'd ask I'd probe more. What is this about? Is it me? Is it really me? Because it's hard to take the blame for things, isn't it?
No, I think we're really honest with each other, actually. I think we're very honest with each other. Even if he says things about, like, oh, you put weight on, he's right, I put weight on. Or if he thinks, you know, oh, I think that dress didn't suit you, he's right, the dress didn't suit me. So I take it on board. I think that's a problem with relationships, is that the woman or the man are too sensitive. And you've got to be able to be really, you know, take some harsh truths in a relationship. Because if you can't, then it's going to fail. You know, that you're too sensitive. That, oh, my partner said this about me, well, so what? Unless he's being mean or cruel, it depends on the tone. But you have to be able to take criticism.
Possibly how much they love people, love their partner.
Well, I think it's saying something about letting you spend more time with your friends. Because I know some people, when they're in relationships, are very controlling over, like, friends and, like, different relationships, whether they're friends or family. So I feel like some partners need to know that friends help a lot. Friends help the partner, like, just generally when it comes to emotional support and stuff like that.
Probably that guys have emotions too, but they find it hard to communicate them. It's almost the woman has to take some effort in figuring out how to communicate with their man the best way possible for them, because we're both different. Women like communication, men want more space. It depends on the person, but we have different communication styles, that's for sure. It's not black and white.
Give me a break. Maybe just that you're human too, and to be understanding of that, I think.
I think a lot of men would like to say they do need help, and they are struggling, my honest opinion. The reason why I would say that, I think, is down to the fact that in today's society, I think in all societies, men have been deemed to be meant to be mentally stronger, physically stronger in every aspect. They're meant to be the pillar, they're meant to be the rock. But we forget that we're all human, and before that I'm a man, before that you're a human, before that you are a woman, you are human, and we all have emotions. We all cry, we all laugh, we all get angry, we all get sad, we all have exactly the same emotions. I think men are more prone or have been taught to contain their emotions, that their emotions might be insignificant compared to the females, and you know, so I think for them it's like, oh, if they're feeling sad today, it's my problem, it's not our problem. It's more of a me thing compared to a you thing. But maybe with females, they're taught to express their emotions a lot more, and men are meant to absorb and take in. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing sometimes, but also it's good to know that it's a two-way street.
But I think men don't have the modelling to be able to talk from a vulnerable place as much as women do.
Well, I think it all depends their relationship, first of all, how they trust each other, because some relationships, they are very open to each other and they express all their feelings or what they're going through. Some they don't at all. So it's all about that. I don't think if the relationship is true, why they don't have to speak to each other, especially men, because everyone's feelings are the same. Especially in this world, we've got nothing to hide from each other. So
anything nice about their partner, that sounds a bit horrible. Maybe they can show it, or they think it's kind of implied, but it's hard to say it for some reason. Shouldn't be hard. Feels good if you do say it, but it can be difficult to say it for some reason or other. I don't know why that is. I think that probably goes both ways, but probably is more for men, or just some people struggle to be charming or whatever it is. And maybe how they're feeling, maybe they don't know how they're feeling even.
I think that anything involving, I guess, emotions, or a lot of times money, things in both of those avenues, men tend to kind of keep themselves and almost maybe think that in like a relationship, a lot of times the norm at least is for, you know, the man to be the breadwinner and the woman to, you know, be at home. And I think that we're getting past that, but there's still this like wall of, well, I need to be the one to deal with my finances. And even emotionally, I think men tend to wall themselves off a lot of times to their partners, that they feel like I just need to bottle it up and I shouldn't be talking about this with them, or just deal with it in my own way. Yeah,
but it's hard to pinpoint one, but that always happens because not everyone's 100% compatible. There'll be friction. The relationships are worth it because you work past the friction and you learn to love each other and you make yourselves perfect for each other. So it's happened, but it's not a big deal.
No, I don't think so. No.
Keep it to myself, internalize it, and I give myself time before I actually address it, or else I might come across too aggressive. I don't like confrontation, especially with my partner, so I give it time, then I talk about it with them.
I was just really sad and I felt quite crushed.
I think things when you're in a relationship can be heightened. So I think you have more of an emotional reaction because the stakes are a bit higher. But I think that can sometimes happen. But also, it's important to be calm and understanding as well.
I'm still kind of dealing with that. It's angry, upset, sad. It's a combination of reactions to various things that happen. Yeah.
Well, very interesting points of view right there. But I really enjoy the street interviews because you can really see what people think.
Yeah.
Whereas if you were just to stand there on a street, on a busy street, and just wonder, what are people thinking about this topic? You would never know.
You would never know, exactly.
And I'm actually surprised with some of the comments. So I'll just mention two.
Yeah.
One of them I think is key to a happy relationship. Relationship with your husband, your wife, if you are watching us, but also amongst friends and family. Something that a lady said, don't be sensitive. You know, it's a waste of energy. I've been there, Matilda. I don't know about you. It's a waste of energy. Just accept that you may not be right. And that you need to improve yourself. And what's the problem? Don't we desire the same for other people who are in our lives? So why can't they desire the same for us? Okay. And there was something that a young man said that I think can be misunderstood. He said that it's important for the partner to understand that having friendships is good for the partner. So don't be overly like possessive. And I understand what he means, obviously. For example, I'm married. If I don't want to have girly chats with my husband and deep conversations with him all the time, but there are some people out there that they are in a relationship, such as marriage, which is a very strong commitment, and they don't understand, they don't have a balance. So every little thing is, I'm going out with my friends, I'm going out with my friends, or I'm going out with the girls. And you have to understand that you are now in a relationship, in a marriage. So you don't just say, see you later, I'm going out with the girls. You agree that you're going to be out, and you don't argue about it. You have a balance, but you don't put your friends as above
priority.
Your partner, okay, as your priority.
Exactly.
Okay?
There needs to be healthy boundaries. You know, and there was a guy as well that said, oh, I would like to tell my partner that I need more space.
Okay.
So I can imagine maybe he's at home and, you know, I understand him because, you know, I've learned this where there's times where my husband just wants his peace and quiet. He wants to just think and, you know, do certain things. And if I'm there like, what about this? Oh my gosh. I know my own partner. He'll get irritated.
Okay.
You know, so I know when to speak, when not to speak. Not because, oh my gosh, no, she can't speak. No, it's just because there's a time for everything.
You have learned that about him.
Yes.
This is what a marriage is about. You need to know your partner. And be adequate to him and not copy other couples. Okay. So let's go to another one. Point number 3. Do you want to read that one?
Says, he likes your family, but he doesn't want to be with them 24/7. And I know that family is a very touchy subject because some people get married, but it's like they haven't found that separation from their family. So it's like, Monday, mom, come home. Tuesday, mom. Wednesday. When you get married, it's like it's you and your husband. Now, of course, you're not just going to neglect your family. We're not saying that, but it needs to be like a healthy boundary.
Yeah, because you don't have much time.
Exactly.
Together, you work every day. You have busy schedules. So when you have some time, it's good that you have time together. And then if you have any spare time, maybe you will have your family over, or you will go, for example, a special celebration, anniversary. You're not going to call the whole family. Speak to your partner first. What would you like to do? Point number 4, he wants more intimacy. This is one for married couples. Yes. So it's very important that you respect this, you know, the intimacy. I don't know, should we call it intimacy? It's not a schedule, but it's desire. Everyone is different.
Yeah.
So perhaps you are not in the mood. You are tired. You've had a busy day, but you see that your husband, wants to be with you that night or that afternoon or whatever. Maybe it's your day off. I don't know. So be mindful that you are not in a marriage just to please yourself, but you are in a marriage. Usually a marriage that works is when you want to please your goal is to please the other person. How can I make this person happy? So as time goes by, you know your partner better. I know today is this day. He's going to be home early. This would be a nice time. It's a quiet time for us. I'm going to prepare the mood, set the mood, That's it. So don't be offended if perhaps he is in the mood more than you are.
Yeah.
Because many things affect the mood. It's your stress levels. It's whatever is on your mind. Maybe you are worried about your mortgage. Maybe you are so worried that you're going to lose your job or whatever. So fix anything that may interfere with your mood, because that's not, it can be selfish when you keep saying no to the other person.
Exactly. Okay. This is being intelligent.
Yeah.
Because you're thinking, you're not just going by how you feel, like you said, being spontaneous, but you're thinking, okay, if I do this will make my partner happy. You're thinking about the long term. In the long run, this will be beneficial.
And it's wisdom. Wisdom.
Yeah.
Listen, let me just say this, okay? I hope you understand what I'm going to say now, but that's all I'm going to say. Is it wise for you to go shopping when you are hungry? The answer is no. Why? So you are married and you keep saying no to your husband. Are you going to send him shopping? If you know what I mean. He's going to work. And then there are these ladies who don't want to have the hard work to build a marriage.
Yeah, true.
They are very keen on, I like this person, he's married, but what's the problem, right? These people, there are such people out there, such people like that out there. So be wise, look after your men, look after your woman. So here is something that many people don't understand, okay? Intimacy, or the desire to be with your partner. You are married, you are in a healthy relationship. Your sexual life is very important, and it means almost different things to the woman and to the man. To the man, I would dare say that it's a strong necessity. It's like eating, drinking, sleeping. It's important for them to function well. For us as well, but we are more about the romance, the emotional, the speaking nice to me first, if you want anything later. You know what I mean? But for a man, this is very important. So it's like you sending your husband to the supermarket on an empty stomach. It's not good for him. He's going to be tempted.
Yeah.
So plan ahead, look after your marriage. So if your husband had the courage to tell you that, be grateful. Now, another one, Matilda.
Yeah, it says he wants you to make more of an effort with your appearance. I think this goes both ways. And it links as well to what you were just saying. Because if you're the kind of person, a partner that just leaves yourself anyhow, maybe he comes home and you're there with a headscarf, no offense to headscarf people, you're just living yourself anyhow. You're just going to feel like, oh, she doesn't even try for me. Like, I'm not that important, because it sends out a message.
But it's easier to give excuses. Oh, but I didn't have time because you don't understand me. Listen, when your husband or your wife comes to you and gives you such precious feedback, you should be grateful.
100%.
You should be grateful because now you know where you're going wrong and you can fix it and be happy. You see? So this is not easy for someone to come and tell you, oh, you're letting yourself go.
It takes a lot of courage.
It does.
And we have to be humble. Yeah. Like a topic we're going to speak about, we have to put aside our egos, our pride, and just say, do you know what? Thank you.
Yeah.
Because it means you care.
You know, this thing about ego is a big, big thing.
Yeah.
Ego is more or less like this, although we are going to talk about this on another episode. Ego is present in marriage. But you either kill your ego or your ego kills your marriage.
Yeah.
So what's the other one?
So it says he enjoys staying at home. So going, and this again goes for both. Going out is fun, but it can get tiring. Your man may like balance. Maybe he just enjoys a home-cooked meal and cuddling on the sofa more than you think. That. Me too. I'm a homebody. Yeah. But, you know, again, it's about balance because maybe some like to go out, some like to stay in. So you have to just work with each other.
Yeah, I mean, when you were dating, what is dating for? Is to get to know the person. What kind of person is this? It's fun. You get to know a lot of things about the person.
Yeah.
Oh, he likes to go to the cinema every week. It's not my thing. But, you know, why don't you do it to please him?
Sure.
But gain credit because you go. But then when you say, hey, I'm a bit tired today, why don't we watch something at home? He will say yes or she will say yes. And there won't be any fights.
Exactly.
You know, so
communication is essential. It's key. And then the next one says, he doesn't want you telling your friends every single thing about your relationship.
That's a big one, Matilda.
A huge one. I think we can do a whole topic about this one.
This whole topic of love, I tell you something. You know, many people, they think that they need to study hard to get a degree. They need to prepare. You know, they have a hobby. Oh, let me learn about the hobby. But they don't think they need to do the same when it comes to love.
Yeah.
Guess what? You do. You need to learn. You need to get educated. Because unfortunately, Matilda, all of us, we've been exposed to bad examples growing up. Either from a family member or whatever, whoever, grew up, brought us up. There's always something that we've picked up along the way that's not good. 100%. So that's why we always talk about our seminars on Thursdays and obviously this series that we are recording now. But this thing that you mentioned about telling people about your business, you know what I mean? It's terrible. This thing, Matilda, of, oh, I'm going out with the girls. We're going to go out for tea. It's a tradition. What do you talk about?
And you know...
What do you talk about?
And in this kind of tea sessions, a lot of times, you know, when the lady starts complaining about her husband or he did this, you just diminish the person. And the next time your friends see your partner, they won't look at them the same way. They'll think, oh, so yeah, he did this, he did that. They know the ins and outs. And it's not healthy. You're putting your man down without even...
Or you are advertising your man.
Yeah, it's true.
Guess what? He's off the market, my dear. But you talk too much about your husband. What he does to you, what he gives to you, how he treats you, how nice he is. Guess what? There is always someone there who may be unhappy in that area of their life or frustrated with her own husband. We're talking about husbands a lot because we're talking to women here, mostly.
True.
So you are advertising your husband. You don't want people to know your man. That's something for you to know, nobody else. What's the other point?
So he wants you to speak less so he can enjoy his peace and quiet.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so we kind of touched upon this earlier, but it's knowing when to speak and knowing when not to speak.
Yeah.
Because there's a time for everything. And sometimes, you know, maybe your man has been, again, we're addressing women because it's mainly women, but maybe he's been, maybe he's been working the whole day and he just wants to breathe, and then you come like, and it's like, oh, come on.
But you know, there are many women out there that you do have the need to talk. To
vent.
To vent. Thank you. That's the word, to vent. Why don't you go and pray?
Yes, true.
Many of the things that we have to say, that we have to vent about, only God can help us. And maybe you're watching us, you're not a Christian, but I challenge you to try it. Pray about all these things that are going through your mind, and you will notice how you will be a lighter person. Because maybe if you were to film yourself for a few days, you would see how unpleasant you are sometimes because you want to throw everything on your partner. You know, he's your partner. He's not God. He can't solve your inner issues. Okay? He can't even make you happy the way you were born to be happy. Remember, before we enter a relationship, we should already be happy. Yeah. Being in a happy relationship it's complementary. Is that how you say it? It complements what you already have. So this also destroys relationships. When you go into a relationship thinking that he's your savior, he's going to make all the depression go away, all the anxiety, the fears. He's not God. He's a human being like you.
Yeah.
So be careful, okay? Another point, Matilda.
It says you don't need to shop all the time. You have enough. You have enough clothes. Well, I think some women are getting, edgy here because it's true. There's some things that. Please
don't get angry at us. We're talking about things that are difficult for your partner to say to you. But guess what? We are having the task to convey the message. So please, don't be upset with us, okay?
Exactly. Because maybe he wants to say, you have the same shoe, but now you need it in different colors. And he's just there so if he comes to say, you should be like, oh, okay, so maybe I don't need the pink, the blue, the black. I just have one black and one nude. That's okay.
Yeah, for now. Let's pay our bills. Okay. Last one. There's too much or too little salt in the food. So be open to an opinion about your food. Do you know what? Sometimes you get so many compliments growing up from your mom. Well done. You can cook really well, but the truth is maybe you can't. How many times do we watch those TV shows where, it's singing competition and then, you start singing and then you see the mother and the parents, you are the best. And the person is there thinking they can sing and they can't sing. So it's okay that you can't sing, that you're not so good with cooking.
Yeah.
Guess what? You can always improve. You can always learn. All right. But isn't it nice to know where you stand?
Yeah. It's good to get feedback. I got feedback and I'm still alive.
I got a lot of feedback.
And I'm still alive and kicking and going.
Actually, most of these points that we read today ring a bell.
Yes.
Matilda, what is the comment from social media? Do you have any?
Yes. So we have one here that says, I feel some people don't want to say anything to their partner that may offend them, so they keep it to themselves.
That's not good. You don't want your partner to resent you. You want your relationship to grow stronger. And you see, the beauty about that is that you start being comfortable with one another.
Yeah.
So much so that you don't argue about things anymore. You just make fun of each other.
Yes.
Like, oh, goodness, your food today was horrible. Oh, okay, then. That's a good opportunity for us to order something in. So it's fun. It's interesting. There's nothing there to hurt you.
Yeah,
okay? It's how you see it.
Very interesting points there. Let's have a quick look now at this love therapy advert where we're going to be learning more about something interesting we do called the Couples Hot Seat. Take a look and we'll be back with the Bible verse.
My dad was very strict, and he always instilled in us that never leave for tomorrow what you can do today. So that became a part of me. Michael's different. He gets things done, but in his own time. And that used to really get me angry. We would argue about it sometimes.
What did you do to fix it?
I started to calm down and actually realize that on my part, it was like pride, because he's a different person. He had a different upbringing, different circumstances to me. Why should I expect him to be like me? I actually learned to start to take on his qualities of, okay, just slow down, just think a bit more. And that's something that I actually admire in him. That he thinks things through first. He doesn't just rush to do things.
When we started going out, she wanted the holding of the hands, she wanted the hugs, she wanted the kisses. It's normal, but for me, I didn't see that in my family because I didn't see the father and mother closeness. I saw arguments every single night. I saw fight, I saw blood. I just couldn't share my expression, my emotions with her. I can see that it was upsetting her. And coming to love therapy, I would learn this is what a woman, this is what a wife needs. She needs the affection. So I started to try give that more to her. It's natural now.
To say sorry was very difficult for me. And I would see him upset, but instead of me saying, I'm sorry, I would try to be explaining myself.
What did you do to solve the problem?
I had to start pushing myself. So every time I would see him upset, instead of me trying to make a point, okay, now is the time to say, I'm sorry. And then I saw that things were improving. We were solving things much quicker than me trying to be there explaining myself. So it was much better.
There was nothing she would say, however big or small, that would be a mistake of mine. I couldn't accept it. She was right most times, so I knew it. But my pride wouldn't let me see it.
How did you change that?
Attaining the services and taking to God. I had to use my faith. Without applying faith, we don't resolve a problem.
And today, when she tells you, look, this thing here needs adjusting and so on.
Some things I accept straight away, but other things I still need to process. But nothing like how we used to do it.
Matilda, what is the Bible verse for today?
And it says, and you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. John 8:32.
Just like the word, you know, when you read the Bible, it enters you and it opens your eyes to things that you didn't know before. So it sets you free about things that you're going through at that moment. The same thing when you have this openness with your partner, it sets you free. Because how many times, talking about the beauty thing, how it's a multi-billion, if I can say so, industry, the beauty one, you know, people make a lot of money out of insecurities that many of us have. So there you are going through a lot of trouble to get things done, you know, fix this, fix that, put lots of layers and lots of colors. When he likes you, he finds you beautiful, au naturel. Do you know what I mean? Or maybe not so natural, but you know, with a bit of a youthful, light look. And isn't it nice to know? You spend less time worrying about your appearance and spending less money as well.
Exactly.
Isn't it? So
exactly. It's a win-win.
Yeah. Feedback is good. Yes. So remember, love life is not difficult to get right. You need to be humble and you need to listen. And yes, we are not perfect, but together we grow and we build a life together. And this is what makes us close to one another. Yes. And really, truly happy. Okay. That's all for now. Matilda, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
You almost copied my outfit, but I forgive you.
Yes. You see the truth. The truth.
I don't know why she does that all the time.
I know.
No problem. Listen, thank you for joining us on a more serious note.
Yes.
Join us again next week. And let's grow together and learn about love together. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Welcome to the Universal Church, a place that invites you in with open arms. a place where you are greeted with a smile and you can feel at home. The Universal Church is open 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We have 4 meetings every day to target a specific area of your life. This is so that no matter how busy your schedule is, you won't have to miss out. You can receive the help that you need, whether it's for your finances, health, family, love life, or spiritual development. We run a 24-hour helpline, providing spiritual support whenever you need it. Free face-to-face guidance is also on hand with experienced advisors who can support you with your life challenges. So pop in to your local Universal Church, where helping people is what drives us.